to shoot my finger off in it. So what I want to do is, because there's a nozzle, I'm aware where things end, and I tend to kind of just run it like this, and when I've got the red dot, I'll probably have a grip, so there's more the SMG kind of MP5 MP7 thing going on with it. So that's that. What am I saying? Okay, so I want to show you guys how easy this bloody thing is to disassemble and assemble. So let me just park up the 3.8 for a second, and we'll come back to her. So anyone with any one of these kind of tools, you just literally chuck one of these in, because you're going to want some length on your work area. You could use the smaller bit. I don't know what none of these things is called, so I'm going to leave this to YouTube and people in the comments to help me out. I can't remember what none of this stuff is called, but if you've got one of these adjustable things, use them. They're useful. Saves your wrist, especially where my wrist is mashed up right now. You want to use one of the extender ones. You can use it solo, but you're just going to make your life harder. The tool size you're looking for, that I can tell you, it is a T15 size that you're looking for, a T15. But don't use none of them little small ones that look like this. You're just going to destroy it. I'm telling you, take my advice, you're just going to destroy it. Plus it also won't have the right fitting right here. You know what I'm saying? So you want to make sure you use one of the big boy ones, the actual tool ones, but the size you're looking for is something like a T15 size. Yeah, hopefully that makes sense. If you guys have any struggles, let me know and I'll show you the tool, because it's a bit hard to yeah, I'm saying I'd have to show you the whole toolkit for it to make sense. So disassembly is really easy. There's 2 bolts on either side. Your bolts, when you buy from us, will look a lot better than mine, because these are the beta tester edition. So we're still testing things and cutting down and all these things, so don't worry, your one will look a lot better than my one does. So there's 2 bolts. You have one positioned on the right hand side, one positioned on the left hand side. At this current time, like I said, don't judge how mine looks, because yours will probably not look like mine. Currently I've got one on the left hand side, which is a shorter bolt with a cut down missing section, and on the right hand side I've got a much longer bolt with a not cut down section. Whereas on the final editions, it probably will be one or the other. You won't have half and half. I believe we went with this option just because we wanted to test strength and stuff like that. And to be fair, like, we're still going through the fine tunings, because there's, like anything, there's good and bad with everything. If you cut down a section, you lose a bit of strength, you gain a bit of lightweightness to the kit, but you lose a bit of strength. So you have to work out what you want, and that's why each kit is why I said you literally will build your kit. There will be people who come to us and we will even still have to build a new kit or adjust the kit completely for them and what they're trying to achieve. Because I spoke to somebody the other day and they were like, say I wanted to build a sniper. So again, all I'm doing is taking out the right hand bolt now. They were like, say I wanted to build like a sniper HiCapa, and I was saying to them, yeah, that's doable, but what you have to do is start with the gun, find the pistol you're happy with, get the barrel bucking, hop up, all of that stuff working the way you want it, get the housing, the nozzle and all of that working the way you want it, get the trigger, the leaf spring, all of that good stuff working the way you want it, get a nice steel hammer so it can keep up with all this heavy hitting HPA stuff that you're going to put it through. You know what I'm saying? Look at all those things in the uppers and the lowers, make sure that you're happy with them, because if you put a gun that doesn't work in this kit, you're just going to frustrate yourself, literally, because now you've got to pull down the kit each time to make the adjustment and check it over. Whereas I always give the advice I give to people, and it's because anyone who plays with me, you've seen I've been in the safe zone many of times. So like you can see, one longer, one shorter bolt, but it won't be like that on you guys. You have the same size bolts on you guys. You've seen me in the safe zone making these adjustments, so just get the damn pistol right. What I'd say is run a pistol for maybe 6 to 9 months, adjust it, upgrade it, do it like I've done. I've built the 4.3 the way I like it, so now that it's in the kit, there isn't really much adjustment apart from, oh, I'm changing my weight, so let me tell them hop up, down, or up, or that's the biggest thing I'm doing, or taking it down to just grease back the slide or the nozzle or the housing. Those are the biggest things I do, maintenance. Do you know what I'm saying? So yes, so get your gun right before you even think about one of these kits. Or if you're gonna buy the kit, put it aside for a second, get the gun right, and then you can start doing work to the kit. So yeah, once that's detached, you're literally going to spin this over, and there's a bolt here. You're also gonna loosen this bolt. If I'm correct, it will also be the same size bolt as I just told you. My one is not, because again, this is a beta tester kit. So again, I may have to do another one of these videos when the final kit comes, but I just wanted to really show you guys, because there's so much people like, oh, can I have one now? Can I have one now? So I'm like, okay, you guys can help me with the beta testing round, but be willing to go through these processes, which is why I'm doing these videos, so you don't have to struggle or worry or complain, because you see, I'm showing you, I'm going through the same thing you're going through. So once that's loosened, essentially what's going to happen is that's going to loosen the upper front end from your gun. So you're literally going to pull this forwards, and it's literally going to slide off, because it's literally sitting on this rail right here. Yeah, on the other side, that rail right there. So this is what we call your front sections. These are normally the interchangeable systems that I was talking about, similar to how, and let me demag that gun so I don't end up shooting it, because these guns have no safety. So that's another thing. If you don't know how to squeeze your trigger and clear your safety, which I'm going to show you once I put the kit back together, these guns will teach you how to be a safe gun handler, because they have no safety. So you have to create safety for yourself, but I'm going to show you how to do that later. So yeah, like I said, do you see the front sections? Kit 2, kit 3. This kit is normally longer. There's normally a front section, so I'm going to show you it when I get that one done, because I kind of wanted a pistol one, so I didn't want to put on the front there and rear it. So when I build one of those, I'll do this video again for you guys, just a quick update. So yeah, interchangeable. You can run it with nothing on there. You could put a flashlight on the bottom. It's your rail. Do with it as you please, Put a laser there if you want, whatever you want. I've chose to go for a front grip because that's my SMG kit. I like stability in between them shots. I like to be 40 meters away from somebody and be able to ping off their head, because I'm able to stabilize each of those shots. And you might be like, oh, you're trying to shoot 40 meters HiCapa. Watch the videos, bro. Literally watch the videos. They talk for themselves. So yeah, and like I said, interchangeable, and then you'll just pick what you want to do to your back section. I'm running it with one of these bad boys because I wanted to just sling it. You might want to do as I did with the other one and give yourself the ability to put a buffer tube. If I'm repeating too much as well, let me know. But I think there's so much questions I get on the YouTube that I'm like, I'll actually have to address these things. Also, with the front sections, you do have different options. So with kit 2, which I'm going to speak more over right now because that's the kit I'm currently running, so that's probably the one you're going to see the most of if you haven't already seen the most of it. But you have the choice of putting rails on both sides or not. I've opted not this time just because I wanted to put a red dot or like some kind of flash system. So probably one here, and who knows, over time I maybe put one on the other side for the sake of having control of the pressure pad or whatever it is. So but yeah, but it's your choice. And like I said, with the bottom rail, it's completely up to you what you choose to do with it. I went for a grip for stability. Some people put flashlights, some people put lasers. I've seen all sorts. That I've even seen scopes, and I was like, why would you put that there? And he was like, when you're in CQB and you need to curve the bullet, I can literally turn the gun upside down. And I was just like, the psychology of that is so crazy. But this is why I'm doing the beta testing round, because you guys will bring back ideas I did not even bloody think about. So yeah, so that's the front section. And literally it's that simple. Your front section is off. You now have access to your gun. So if you are like me where you run this as your main kit, more time I say to people, don't take the gun any further down, because you're just going to give yourself more stress. Like if you want to check, say, your upper, it's very easy to do from here. You charge the gun, so I can do it in front so you guys can see. There's no mag in the gun, so the gun is safe. You charge the gun like you would averagely do. Obviously it's a bit more fiddly where the gun's at an angle and it's inside of a kit, but you line it up like you would averagely do, and that comes right out like it does. And look, your upper's off, and you have the ability to make any adjustments to your upper as you would like to. I need to grease my upper. I do need to degrease my upper as well. So I'll probably give it a good clean up at some point, because I've gamed this gun very hard over the last few weeks, and we're going out weekend, so that's actually a good point, you know. When I'm done this video, I'm going to do a proper clean up on this gun. Do you know what? Give me 2 secs, peeps. Let me just write that down. That's a good point. I need to tech this gun ready for Saturday. 2 secs, people. Reporting from my first hand view. I love my city 12 local be circulating. If you slip, then they're escalating. Watch your team close, yeah, they're penetrating. More time the ones that phony be hesitating. Forever shaking, you a foe if I ain't mistaken. Stayed so loyal to the cause when my back was breaking. I was meant to cycle test it this morning, but there's no point because it needs to be cleaned. So yeah, HiCapas, clean your HiCapas and get them maintained. So do you see what I'm saying? The whole point of what I was trying to show you right there was like, it is such a simple process essentially to take your upper off and have access, and most of your work that you're going to need to do on the game there, adjusting hops, it's going to be done here. And you just saw 2 bolts come out, you loosen 1 bolt just so that the kit slides off your lower rail, and then you have access. You detach, pull out 1 catch release, and boom, slide off. You know what I'm saying? Pretty simple, peeps. Pretty simple. And then obviously if you want to do anything to your lowers, again, you have enough access that you don't actually have to take the kit all the way down to achieve so yes. And then for you people who's like, oh, but the kit ain't all the way down, that thing's hanging off the back. So like I spoke to you about earlier, this is one important thing I want to show you guys, because if you're like, I need a safety, then these kits probably ain't for you. I'm going to be looking into versions that do allow you to have a safety, but these kits have been built in a way that like, trust me, if you've got a carbine kit, you shouldn't need a safety. So if you're trying to buy a carbine kit and say, oh, I need a safety, carbine kits aren't for you, my boy. Stop lying to yourself. So I'm going to show you literally, because even the why that we built them this way and left them this way as well, because we could have readjusted the file, and I was like, nah, leave it. It's because if the kit's connected to the back of your gun, because I've got kits that are not like that, they're just problematic. The gun moves about, your safety acts up at points, it gets jammed and caught up if the gun is moving erratic. So you do kind of really want the back end of your carbine kit to be connected into the gun. That's why most Glock kits, they secure the whole gun into the kit. It's like a lock-in system, or it's slid in and then bolted into a frame kind of thing, because you don't want the kit to move. And one thing with any recoilable gun is they move, bro. Especially if you're spamming or you're running the gun on auto or something, it's a drama. So part of what I call it our innovation, part of our innovation with these kits was to secure it to the back end, so you don't have that problem, because now the kit is now part of your weapon. Do you get what I'm saying? As opposed to a kit that the weapon is inside of. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, how you then take down the final one, this is kind of like the finalized step, and it's important that you focus here, because because you have no safety installed, this bolt is literally the only thing holding your beaver tail into the gun right now. So once you do take that down, I always say to people, press on your beaver tail throughout this process just to make sure everything stays in line, because if you let your beaver tail jump out or move erratic, you may need to take your lower down just to make sure that your trigger system actually works correctly. So be very careful and watch what I'm doing there. So I'm literally holding my beaver tail down just slightly, not too much pressure, lining that up, unscrewing. It should be in line, so you should be alright. Don't worry too much here. It's when you're installing the kit that you kind of have to more focus about the alignment of this. So you'll notice the kit will get to a stage where you're turning and it's already loose enough. So this is now where you lift it up. I'm still pressing on the beaver tail, not heavily, but just enough to keep the beaver tail in line. When I look at the other side of the kit, I'm literally just going to poke my bolt through, because it looks like my bolt is kind of just stuck in at an angle. Just wobble that out quickly. And mine is a bit harder to do, because like I said, my kit, and do you know what, I'm making my life hard. 2 secs, peeps. You could use, if you've got like a skinny tool thing, so you're not doing damage to the kit, what you could do is just poke the bolt out. So you want to make sure that the bolt is out of line, so as you're screwing, it's actually coming out. So it looks like my one was kind of caught at an angle, which is why I weren't getting that feeding through process happening. But again, this one is a beta kit. Boom. So yes, let's keep going. Because it's coming out, it's just, I think I over screwed mine the last time I did it. So yeah, there it is. You see it's coming out nicely. It's because I over screwed it last time, like I made my kit. Again, fine tune these kits to work for you. I proper fine tuned the kit so it was like not too tight, not too loose. It was done like proper perfect. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was like proper fine tuned. I kept on, like I went out with the tool, I shot, I was like, no, it's too tight, loosen it. I shot again, oh, it's too tight. Just carried on going through the process. Even at one point I was like, no, now it's too loose, let me go back and do it again. So yeah, so at some point I probably will have to go back and do that, get fine-tuned, which is why I always say don't keep taking down the back end, because that's where most of your functionality happens, like your beaver tail. Anyone who understands a HiCapa, your beaver tail, your trigger, your safety, all of that section, they work as one. So if you let this system jump out and the leaf spring move too much, which technically shouldn't move because it's held down by this swing, but if you let this beaver tail jump out of place, it won't seat in the right place, if you get what I mean. So your trigger starts moving erratic. And there's an easy way to test this as well. If you, because my beaver tail is down, the gun should be able to fire now, yeah? If that does not happen, there is a problem right now. And also, because I'm still holding down my beaver tail, if you pull your trigger back, it should lock. That's how you know your gun is still in a functionable state once you've taken off that system. So I'm not going to leave it off too long, because obviously there's no safety to save me here or nothing like that. And again, like you see, back end, you do with the back end as you please. Like you can see, I've chucked a bottom longer rail just to extend out my rail, because I wanted a bit more length on my rail and I wanted my red dot to sit a bit more further. We now have new, and I'll show you, I've got 3D printed ones that you guys can also order as further attachments if that's what you're into. So you won't have to go through the drama I went through of having to get a rail, then add another riser rail, and then put my red dot. You literally be able to just add this onto your rail and you've got the height that you're looking for and the length, and you wouldn't have lost no rail space because it's literally the same length as the rail that you're given there. So don't worry, I've got you guys options and they're fairly cheap. The first 100 I'm selling for 150, and then the next lots will be sold for 350. And then afterwards, after that, it will have to go up because the quality, I'll be raising the quality of plastic that we're using, and some of them will be done.
Chair and all of that. We saying part 20, the finale. Imagine, you know, live sessions is done for me. It's crazy. I remember when we recorded part 1, 2, and 3. I remember when we shot the first couple of videos. It's crazy. God is great, eh? Here, but I'm gone, guess we rarely speaking. Big Zubber and brown juice, the beat kicks in. Reminisce about old days, the barrel spin. Now I pour out my pain just to see win-win. Pray for them, the next gens, they sin. Go so hard in this thing and have no next of kin. It's so sad in this life, what we do to win. They just lined up a upper, ain't no shape up thing, survival of the fittest. No one showing pity, reporting from a first hand view. I love my city, 12 loco, be circulating. If you slip then they're escalating. Watch your team close, yeah they're penetrating. More time the ones that phony be hesitating. Forever shaking, you a foe if I ain't mistaken. Stayed so loyal to the cause when my back was breaking. Hand on heart, looked me in my eyes but you was faking. Heart was breaking, I was trying to heal cause I was aching. I tell them chase your dreams, build this music, it's a faith thing.